Okay, so this is my first video on a computer while I'm also like doing things on the computer, and it's unedited, so get ready for that because I don't know how to edit. But I wanted to start making videos because I don't talk a lot to people, obviously, and I feel like I don't really have a lot of interesting things to say, but I have good recommendations for things, and I know that's great. Also, if I'm not looking at the camera, I don't know what to tell you. It's right there, but I don't like looking at it. So I have a list. I prepared a list. Also, there's music playing on my phone, royalty free, because I'll be damned if I catch a charge. But yeah, so we're gonna start. I have bulletin points, like I said, because I'd be rambling on so much. So quick hello, obviously hello. Also, I am doing this at my public library. So all of this whole thing that you see behind me, that's a wall. And it's not my wall, obviously. So I kind of have to keep quiet, but at the same time, like, this should be a private room. So yeah, this is also like a way for me to tell people about how I'm doing, because I don't like phone calls or texting or communication in any way, shape, or form, apparently. So what are we going to start with? We're going to start with self-thoughts, because it's crazy up here. So yeah, I will say I've been working out. I know it doesn't look like it, obviously, but I've been working out for, I want to say, about a week and a half, maybe. I'm supposed to go to the gym later today. I just saw 2 Mormons walk by. You're not here for me, let me tell you that. But yeah, I started working out. Not a lot, obviously, but I say that I need to stop being so mean to myself. I do cardio. I do a lot of cardio. I'm a very cardio heavy person. But basically what I do is I just get on the treadmill or get on the Stairmaster for about 30-ish minutes, and then I do some arm workouts. Not a lot because I'm not strong enough yet. And then I go back to the cardio, and that's basically it. I tried to get on a Pilates machine. Don't know what type of like torture device that is, because you have to put your feet on a bar, and then there's straps that come in. It sounds like a sex thing. It's not. But yeah, it is extremely hard though, because I tend to not follow routines that are good for me. I follow routines that are bad for me. So like, and dead ass honesty on this channel, I'm not good at brushing my teeth. I have major depression. I wake up in the morning and my first thought is not, I need to brush my teeth. No, it's, I need to pace. I need to get on my phone and put some music in and pace my life away. So I've been trying to get away from that, but it's been hard because life is boring when you have nothing. But I've been changing. So in the morning I get up and I'm like, okay, I need to wash my face. And you start doing that. So I wash my face, and then I brush my teeth, because I'm like, oh, I washed my face, now I gotta brush my teeth. And I brush my teeth, and after that, I usually get something to drink. I used to drink a lot of Dr. Pepper. A lot of Dr. Pepper. But no more. I can't drink any more Dr. Pepper because I've lost a tooth to Dr. Pepper. It was that bad. I was in college for a little bit. Yeah. And that was my way of coping through my little stint of college, which I'm trying to get back to. I'm trying to go back to college. It's hard because I'm poor. And there's financial aid, of course. I'm trying to go through that. But I am an idiot and don't know how to work financial aid. So I'm calling that office like 5 times a day. And they are sick of me. So yeah. But what was I talking about? college. Also, my eye twitch, I do that a lot. It's a thing. It's like a, so, yeah. What was I talking about? What I do, routine. So I get up, drink some water, take my sister to work. I use her car. I don't have a car. Duh. Because my life is in shambles half the time. I'm that, the meme where it's like, this is the friend who every time you call, something is going wrong. I am that friend. A lot of things go wrong in my life, but it's not really outside factors, I would say. It's my own personal self getting in the way, especially my past self, because my past self makes some pretty dumb mistakes. And then I gotta work through it later on, and it's like, But yeah, I've been keeping up a little bit of routine, and that's been great. And I've been working out. I'm gonna work out today, even though it's really hard, because I go to my gym that's in my apartment. I don't live in the best apartments. Obviously, again, I am poor. So the gym that we have is very small. And when I go in there, I really hope there's nobody, because I don't like working out with other people around me, because it freaks me out a little bit. But at the same time, I like working out when there's other women around. That being said, I am non-binary. I put my pronouns in my thingamabobble, but I also go by she, her. Because but I like working out when there's other women, because I watch them to see what they're doing so I can start doing it. I got a bruise. Oh my god. I need to stop drinking so much milk. Apparently, if you drink too much milk, it's like calcium, and calcium cancels out your iron. I didn't know that. And I drink milk like a milkaholic, weirdly enough. But yeah. What was I talking about? Working out. Oh, I like working out when there's other women around, because I just love watching what they do and be like, oh, I'm going to try and do that. So like yesterday, there was all these other girls there, and they were doing like some arm workouts, and I saw some of them, and I was like, oh, I can do that. I can try. I can try to do that. Didn't get very far because I'm weak in my arms. My legs are definitely stronger because I pace a lot, and also my legs are keeping me up all the time. But yeah, I just don't like working out when there's guys there, because one, it's a little uncomfortable in such an enclosed space. I'm like, what are you doing here? Not that men don't have a right to be places, but at the same time, no, they don't. But there's also like these people, there's two people that come into the gym. No hate to them, but like, if you're gonna work out, look up a video, look up a video, because all these guys do is they grab the weight and they go, and they're so fast with it. Like there's no, because and this is coming from a person who doesn't work out. Let me check myself right there. This is coming from a person who doesn't work out a lot, who just started getting into it, has no idea what the fuck she is doing, but is doing her best, okay? I barely have any room to talk about it, basically. But there's no... Because when I watch these videos of, like, other people working out and everything, they're like, go slow. You have to have tension or something like that. Like, you want to be able to feel it when you go, And these guys, they're just, like, they're doing it so quick and so fast. And I'm like, what are you hoping to gain from that? And also, they always slam the weights. I'm like, guys, this is such a small room. It's very loud, please. But yeah, so yeah, that's that. What's next on the bulletin? That's the first bulletin, and it hasn't been almost 10 minutes, so hopefully this will be a short little thing. The second bulletin thought is a Netflix movie that I watched recently. Like I said, I'm trying to go back to college. What I'm trying to go back to college for is anthropology and archaeology, because I have loved that since I was like a child, a tiny tot. And so I looked up what Netflix movies should I watch if I really like archaeology and like really like history and just want to get into all of that. Because I was like, oh, I want to go to college. This is going to put me in the right mindset. So it gave me a recommendation. It's called The Cave of Bones. and it made me cry. And you're like, how does a documentary make you cry? I am sensitive. I have feelings. And basically, there is this cave. There are bones in this cave, duh, as the name suggests. And it's basically like this primitive species of human, but they're not human because they technically are like more animal than man. Because apparently, this is so amazing. There is like a timeline of like when animal became man. And there's like this small little section of like, we are almost there. We are almost there to being men. But we're not yet. We're not human. We're still animals. And like, that's kind of cool. But it's basically like the bones that are in this thing are like the cusp of that little stint of like, they're still animal, but they're showing signs of becoming men, like humankind. I say men. They could be women too. But, and I was watching it, and this guy, I need to look up his name, because he's like an actual researcher. This isn't fiction, this is non-fiction. Like I said, I'm doing this on my computer, so I'm looking this up while I'm on my computer. Let's see. Oh, it's called Unknown Cave of Bones. Let's see. About a paleontologist, Lee Berger. Lee Berger is basically this guy who oversees, I guess, like the archaeological dig site. Like, he is very invested into it. He's been doing it for years. And it's this very specific cave that has a main chamber. It has a chute going down. And then like this other chamber that's very small, and that's where the bones are. And this guy's like 52, okay? In my mind, old, but not that old in like, if we're thinking real big terms. But basically, there's another person walking by. Basically, I don't like it when I do this alone because I don't like people. Which is very hard because I like people, but at the same time, I don't like people. Like, come close, but stay away. Let me see you, but from over there. But he's been studying this cave for a very long time, and to go into this lower chamber where the bones are, you have to go through this, like, crevice. I'm talking a crack in the wall, okay? And you have to be very strong and very skinny to get through the crack in the wall. And obviously, I say obviously, but this guy, he couldn't really do it because, you know, he's a bigger guy. He's like 52. He doesn't have all that strength. So they're going through the movie. They're talking about this guy's work through this cave. And he's like, in this one instance at the kind of end of the movie where he's like, all right, I never told anybody. I didn't tell anybody, but I've been working out. And surprise, guys, I'm going to go down in that cave. And everybody's like, You're gonna... And then the other guy who's like the person that... he's like the person that oversees everybody else going down the cave. He's like, I gotta watch you go down the cave. I have to take care of you. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go down. And he goes down into the cave. And it's like this... You can tell it's a very surreal experience for this man. I have water. What am I doing? I have water. Guys, get ready for water ASMR. Oh, there's a person putting books away. I love the library. Guys, go to your public library more. They have a bunch of shit. But anyways, this guy like finally goes down to the cave, and you can tell for him it's a very surreal moment. And in that moment, that's when I started crying, because I was like, this man lives out his dream at the age of 52. Life's not over, you know, that sort of thing. And he comes out of this cave and he's sitting there, like on the ground, drinking his water. And he's just like, I did it. And I'm like, oh my God, you did it, bro. And yeah. Oh, let me see. Made me cry thinking about the relations of ourselves now to primate selves back then. So there was this instant in the movie where they spoke about how this cave where all these bones were was a burial, basically. Like, they were graves. And they were primates, though, so you're like, if they have a special place where they would put their bones, like, did they think something about that? Did they think, like, oh, they need to be placed there because that connects them to something? Or there was this one skeleton that was like a child, and this child had a stone in their hand, and the stone they think is a tool. And so that's another thing where it's like, did these primates give this dead person like a tool in hopes that they'll use it in whatever afterlife they're thinking of? And it was basically like this mind-blowing thing of like, oh my god, back then, like, and they had small brains, like, and I don't want to call anybody stupid, but they weren't of high intelligence. They had very small brains, not like ours, that are more capable of like cognitive thought and function, things like that. But you see this stuff and you have to think like, did they have cognitive thought? Were they thinking of an afterlife? You know, like, they went, like, they themselves, these primate creatures, went down into this cave that was dangerous. Like, it's dangerous for us to do now with, like, all the rigging and everything that they had, but, like, they went down there, they took their dead bodies down there to bury them there. Like, obviously, they may have thought that that was something of importance, or, you know, but, like, it was just a very surreal, like, I would definitely recommend watching that movie if you want to get your mind blown, if you like thinking, like, outside of the box type stuff, and then if you just like history and archaeology, I think it's a very good movie to watch. So, yeah, there we go. That is the second bulletin. I'm checking the time because I don't want to make this too long. It's going to be unedited. So, again, it's going to be long pauses of thought. But yeah, next bulletin, upcoming readings and what I'm going to be doing later in life, what we're looking forward to. So, because I go to the public library, I tend to check out a bunch of books that I never actually read. Like, they get recommended to me. I'm like, oh yeah, 3 books. They're like thick books. And I'm like, okay, let me get them. I grab them. I check them out. I start reading like the first one, and then I realize how close I'm getting to the due date of these books having to be returned, and I'm like, eh. And so I don't ever finish, and it sucks. So I'm like, I want to pick out one book that I might enjoy. Maybe it's part of a series, maybe it's like a nonfiction book, something like that, and I'll just read that one, and then I'll bring it back and then do it over and over again. So I'm actually reading the book and not just sitting there reading like the first few chapters of a book and panicking because, oh no. So yeah, the book that I got today was recommended to me, a novel, Crocodile on the Sandbank by Elizabeth Peters. Here it is. Wow, look at that gloss. Look at that gloss. Look, it got a little skull on it because it's a mystery. But basically, it's about this girl, I think, and she's an archaeologist or something like that, and it's like set in the Victorian-ish era, and she's going and she's doing things, and it's really cool. I have read like the first little bit of it, and it seems great, so that's what I'm gonna read. And when I do another video, maybe next week or next month, I'll tell you all about it. But the next thing, what I'm looking forward to that's coming up is Hadestown, because I love Broadway and I love musicals. I love musicals on Broadway. Am I going to Broadway to see this musical? No, again, because poor. But what I am going to do is see this musical in my city, because they're like coming, it's like a tour or something like that. And this is the first one I've ever seen, so I'm very excited. My sister bought the tickets because I am severely depressed and I needed something to look forward to. And so she was like, Hadestown? I was like, oh my god, Hadestown. So, yeah. If you don't know what Hadestown is, get in the loop. Like, come on. I feel like some of y'all already know. But it's basically about this Greek mythology story about Eurydice and this other dude, Orpheus. Orpheus and Eurydice and Orpheus. It's basically about them. One guy goes into the underworld to get back his girl. She's like, don't turn around, don't look at her, or she gonna be gone when you leave. And he turns around, don't know why, but he turns around, and the girl, poof, gone. And yeah, spoilers if you haven't read that by now, or seen that by now. But yeah, I'm gonna be seeing it, I think February 21st in Austin, because I'm from Texas. It's not great. Guys, peep the background. But yeah, I'm Democratic if you can't tell. But yeah, music I've been listening to is the next bulletin. What I've been listening to. I listen to a lot of stuff. I listen to every genre under the sun that I can think of, except like heavy metal. I can't get into that. I can't do the screamo and things like that. No offense to people that do, but it's just so loud, and like it's very hard to understand the words sometimes because they're screaming, or like there's a bunch of music that's just and I just can't get into it. I've tried. I've listened to I think it's Sleep Token. I've listened to them a little bit. They have a few songs I do like, but some other songs I can't get into it. And that being said, I do like a lot of mainstream music. I'm much into pop as anybody else. Not so much Taylor Swift pop, though. No. But in terms of, Sabrina Carpenter. I like Sabrina Carpenter. Dang, no, I don't know any other ones. I'm trying to think. I just listen to so much music. I know the songs, don't know the artists half the time. So we're going to have to look up some things because I wrote them down, like the song titles. I don't know the artists. Oh, Lola Young. I love her. I think she's taking time for herself right now, but she is awesome. So we can start with her, Lola Young. She came up recently. She was very popular on TikTok for a bit. And I really love her music because I personally see myself in her music. Let me look up the one song, which I'm not going to play here because it's not royalty free and I don't have money to pay, but let me see what the song was. Where's my mouse? There it is. It's easier to use this. Oh my gosh, one of her middle names is Emily. That's my name. Okay. Messy. It was her hit #1 song, and I heard it and was like, is this about me? Is this fucking show about us? It was very much now I gotta look up the lyrics, because I'm like, guys, y'all need to feel this song in your bones. What is it? And also, apparently she wrote this song about her parents, which, really hit close to home for me. But okay, yeah, so I smoke like a chimney. I'm not skinny, and I pull a Britney every other week, but cut me some slack. Who do you want me to be? Oh, bitch, that's me. If I'm not having a freak out spaz out every other week, and I used to smoke like a chimney. I was addicted to nicotine, but I'm not anymore. I only do it socially sometimes. I don't own a vape anymore. Yay. But it was very much oh my gosh, I see myself in her. But the one song of hers that I really like, and I've been singing it so much, was Not Like That Anymore by Lola Young. So it's basically, without looking up too much into it first and foremost, what I take from that song is, from what I understand, is her singing about her own issues, I believe, with drugs. you know, which, again, I understand. I used to be very addicted. I would say addicted because it was very much like a habit. I formed a habit to do it around weed. And I had to pace myself. Like, I had to learn how to pace myself because it was really hard for me to, because I just wanted to forget everything. But now I'm at a place where, like, I can pace myself, and it's awesome. Okay. So, let's see. What is, like, the good one? Oh, and now I'm locked out, got nowhere to go, and my phone got stolen and my balance is low. But if I look on the bright side, at least I'm not fucking myself anymore. And she's like, but not like that anymore, because she fucks herself, but not like that anymore. She doesn't fuck herself over, basically. And I'm like, that's where I want to be. I want to try to not fuck myself over all the damn time, because I do that a lot. So yeah, I just love Lola Young. I hope she takes care of herself, because apparently there has been some speculations about how she's doing and, like, if she's struggling or not. I just hope she takes care of herself, and if she wants to continue making music, I would happily love to see what the heck she comes up with. If not, that's okay, bestie. I will gladly take whatever you put out in the past, like, literally. But yeah, the next person is a pop person, I think. Olivia Dean. I would say pop, but she's very, like, pop in my mind equals mainstream. Olivia Dean, at least for me, in my mind, is now mainstream. Like, a lot of people listen to her now. But the song that I love of hers is Let Alone the One You Love. So let's look that one up. Because basically it's her singing about, like, why would you do this to me? I'm someone you care about. Why would you do this to me? Basically, that's what I get from it. And let's see. If you knew me at all, you wouldn't try to keep me small. Who would do that to a friend, let alone the one you love? People write bars. People are writing bars. And I want to do that, but I can't. Because I love to sing. And if I could write songs, that would be great. But, like, and I don't know if she's coming up with these herself or if she has someone helping her write songs, because some people do that. But, like, if you knew me at all, you wouldn't try to keep me small. It's so good. So, yeah, the next song is one that is in a language I don't know. And it's very much like, it came up on TikTok, like, just randomly. And it was because it was a color show, which, if you don't know, a color show is basically where artists, either up and coming or they've been around for a while, they go on and they sing their song. It's very, like, aesthetically pleasing, the video, and they sing their song, and it's posted on this channel called A Colors Show on YouTube. And there was this one song that I had heard, and I didn't understand the lyrics, but I really loved the guitar in it, and I loved just how it sounded. Like, the words themselves flowed very well together, even if I couldn't understand it. And the music that was paired with the words, it just went together. Like, I can't even explain it. I didn't know this. Was ranked one of the best tracks of 2018 by former President Barack Obama. That's a plus in my book. But what it's called is, and if I pronounce this wrong, I am so sorry. Again, it is not my native language. I don't mean to say it in any way that is not, like, authentic to what it could be. But I am going to try to pronounce it so that way y'all can know. And I'll list it in the description. So that way if y'all want to look it up and check it out, and I'll do that with the rest of the songs and the Netflix series, it's a movie, and the book that I put out. So that way, should anybody be out there, y'all can look at all this stuff that I'm looking into. But it's called Nterini. I said that so wrong. Nterini. And the name, I'm actually going to look up the pronunciation for her name because I don't want to be bad. I don't want to be bad. But like, I'm like, oh, my sister is calling. No. She can watch the video. And then she'll be like, why are you posting videos? You shouldn't be posting videos. What are you, a loser? Is what she'll say. I'll be like, and what about it? Oh, she's Malayan. Oh, that's cool. How do you pronounce her name? Oh my god, if I could freaking spell anything. How do I... Oh my gosh, okay. Hold on. Pronunciation. Fatoumata. Wow. It's W-A-W for that one, so I don't... Wow. There's a way to... But yeah. She's a really good singer, guys. Oh my god. She's so good. I listen to her music and it's amazing. Let's see. Let's look it up. Again, though, like I said, I don't know any of the lyrics, so this is the first time that we're going to be looking up the lyrics in English. Which I say is a good song, but it actually is kind of sad. Like, if you think about it, like the song, now that I'm looking at the lyrics, because the song, when you first hear it, it sounds very upbeat, a very upbeat song, but looking at the lyrics, which this is some website that I'm using, so this could be just like not even close to what it could be, but it seems like it's a song about her singing about her love that has gone away and he may never come back. He was my friend and now he's gone. You have gone to a faraway land. I miss you greatly. My love has taken off. My love. He has not told me anything. Oh. He has gone to live in a faraway country. He has not told me anything. It was not the rough morning weather that prevented me from seeing him, nor the heat of the midday sun, not even the dangers of going out at dusk, because I could not sleep well if I didn't see you. Nterini means my love, my friend, my confidant. Oh my gosh. Which is strange, because you hear that song and you do not think it's like a yearning type of song, but she is yearning in these lyrics. Goodness. But anyway, that's my 3 songs that I absolutely love and that I've been listening to. And again, I'll put them in the comments so that way, if y'all would like to listen to those, you can. 2 of which are very mainstream, so probably you've heard them before, and then one of which I don't think is mainstream, but it could be. And it should be. But yeah. Okay. Last 2 bulletin points. Reflection. Because even I don't remember what I talked about half the time. So let's look back on the bulletin points. I said hello, self-thoughts, about how I'm starting to take care of myself, blah, 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 blah. The Netflix movie that I watched, again, that will also be listed in the description. The description. Upcoming readings, Hadestown that I'm going to go see, very excited. Music that I've been listening to. Again, we'll put that in the description. And yeah, alrighty. That was not long. I came in here at like 2:30. It's only been 35 minutes. I think I got a lot out in about 30 minutes. Again, this is unedited because I don't know how to do that. So if you have made it this far through my unedited ramblings, props to you. And hopefully you may see another video like this. Who knows? This could be the one and only. Who knows? But see you later, maybe. Bye.